What's up, guys? So as you know, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty lately, and the XM4 auto rifle is probably my favorite auto rifle in the game. It just has really good base stats, and so I made a really good class that I was going to share with y'all. And this gun has been my main gun since I started playing, and right here I get a quadruple kill, which is crazy. This gun feels so good. It is really the best gun I have played with, and so I'm going to tell you my class and what I use on it and what perks I use and everything. So first off, for the optics, I use the Merlin Mini, and the main reason why I run this is because I don't have the Kevlar Microflex unlocked yet, so once I do get that unlocked, I will be running that on this gun. But I guess the sight doesn't really matter, it's just really your preference. But this is just the sight that I use because it looks really clean and I really like it. And then for the muzzle, I use the muzzle brake because it gives you a pretty good bump in accuracy and it gives you first shot recoil control. And in hardcore, this is really good because you're able to kill people in just like 2 shots. The ported compensator could also be good, but it doesn't really give it as much as a bump in accuracy as the muzzle brake does, so that's why I do run that instead of the ported, but you can really use either or. And for the barrel, I use the Gain Twist barrel. I know a lot of people use the long barrel for the damage range, but I really like using this one for the bullet velocity because the damage doesn't really matter in hardcore, and that is mainly what I play because I don't really like playing any other. And then for the underbarrel attachment, I use the vertical foregrip because it gives you a horizontal recoil control and it just makes it feel really good. But once I do unlock the Ranger foregrip, I will be using that instead. Right now, my XM4 is only at 44. And I do unlock that at 45, so I will be changing that pretty soon. But if you don't have your XM4 all the way maxed out, vertical grip is a really good grip to use instead. And then moving on to the magazine, I use the fast mag because the extended mag, I don't really notice a difference because I'm always reloading. It's just a habit, and especially in hardcore because you can't see your ammo. It's just a habit to just reload instantly. And the fast mag makes it really fast to reload, and it gives it a really good handling. And with this, I've noticed that I've been caught reloading a lot less because it's basically feels like an almost instant reload. And all of this stuff is going to be really good for handling because I really like running and gunning and just sliding around and getting up close to people. So it's really good to be able to have good handling so you can switch guns really easy, aim down sights really easy. So if you're camping, then delete the game because I hate you so much. Like, run around and get some kills and have some skill, please? I'm just kidding, but they do really get on my nerves. And for the rear grip, I am rocking the commando grip because it does give you a faster aim down sight speed and it gives you a faster sprint to fire speed, and that's really good if you just see someone, they see you, hopefully you're gonna get that first shot off on them first. And I do know that really helps is with using this rear grip or basically anything that gives you a faster aim down sight speed. And for the stock, I just use a balanced stock because it does have a lot of pros to it, like strafe movement speed, hip fire movement speed, just basically a bunch of movement speed. All the other ones aren't the best. But for the longest time, I wasn't even rocking a stock on it because I honestly don't feel the difference between having a different stock on it. But since I have it unlocked, I just threw it on there because it does give you a lot of extra mobility buffs. And so if you do have it unlocked, it is just a really good overall mobility stock. And then I don't use lasers because they're kind of pointless. They kind of give out your location. I know that I've noticed a lot of enemies because they have a sight, so I'm just able to shoot them or slide up on them. And that does make me notice them a lot faster because their sight is really bright. So I'm able to just slide up on them, kill them, easy kill. And unless you're hip firing a bunch, you're not really going to notice a laser. It doesn't do too much other than give away your location. And if I'm being honest, you're not really going to get into too many hip fire situations. And if you are, it's really close up, so the laser doesn't do anything. And for the firing mods, I use the NATO FMJ because it does have penetration damage, and that will help a ton. If you get an enemy really low and then they go around the corner, you're able to shoot them, or if there's a camper in a window, you don't have to continuously shoot their head. You can shoot through the wall, and it's really useful. I guess for a little added perk, it does give you more score streak damage, so more damage to like helicopters or UAVs and stuff like that. But this is one of the most important mods. I know a lot of people use recoil spring because it does give you a horizontal recoil control, but with all the other things that we put on before that, you're already gonna have a really good horizontal recoil control, so there's not really a point to adding a recoil spring. when you can have the FMJ and shoot through walls. Like, there's been so many times where I have just been spamming at a wall and I've killed people. It's like actually insane. And then for your secondary, you can really use whatever gun you want. I personally use a pistol, but I don't use it that often. If you want to run a rocket launcher just to get rid of like things in the air, you are gonna have to run the gunfighter wildcard perk just so you can get those extra 3 attachments for your gun, because without it you are gonna only have 5 attachments for your gun, and I use all 8 for this build. But then for my tactical, I just use a flashbang. You can either use flashbang or concussion. Just those two are the most useful, at least for hardcore. And I would say if you are just playing core, use the stim shot. I know in hardcore you aren't really gonna use stim shot that often because you do die in like 2 bullets, but in core that is really useful. And then for my lethal, I just use a frag. I will be using the drill charge once I unlock it, but for now I just use the frag. It's a fairly simple option, but you can really use whatever you want in this slot. And also do the same thing for the field upgrade. I do just use the spring mine just because that's my favorite. I just get more kills off of it and more use out of it, but it all just comes down to your preferences. Those don't really matter that much. And for the perks, I do run the dexterity perk just because it gives you less weapon motion while you're jumping or sliding, and I do jump around and slide quite a bit. But yes, I do move a lot when I play, so the dexterity is really good just so you can have more control over your gun when you're sliding while shooting. But if you don't do that as often, you can just go with scavengers, so when you kill people you can get ammo replenished and stuff like that. And this is another perk I really recommend having, and that's going to be fast hands, and it's going to allow you to switch your weapons a lot faster. It is going to give you a handling buff, and if you are running and gunning a lot like I am, then that handling buff is going to be really good. That has also saved me in a lot of situations where I run out of ammo on my XM4 and then I switch over to my pistol, and it's just a lot faster, and I've won a lot more engagements because of it. And then for the third and final perk, I do run bankroll just so I spawn with 150 score streak points. It allowed me to just get a bunch of score streaks, mostly just care packages, but care packages are really good. But if you wanted, you really could use any other perk with this. Score streaks are just completely personal. You can use whatever you want, but this is personally just what I use. So for the first one, I do use care package, and that is what I get the most. And it is really useful because you can get any other score streak out of a care package. And then for my second score streak, I do use the LDBR, and that does basically just launch missiles in an area where you marked it. And now for my final score streak, I do use sentry turret. I really like sentry turret. It has racked me up a few kills. If you place it down in a really populated area, then it does get a lot of kills for you if it doesn't get broken. But yeah, that is basically my class for my XM4. It's my favorite auto rifle ever. I'm just gonna keep using it. Right now I only have gold on it, so I am trying to unlock diamond and then hopefully black matter on it, but that's going to take a lot of grinding. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button in the face and subscribe if you haven't already. I will be posting a lot more Call of Duty content because I've been enjoying it so much, but I will see y'all next time. Bye guys.